from Patriot Radio News Hour. Our toll-free number, 800-951-0592. Get ready to dial. It's one of those, it doesn't happen as often as we'd like. I got a fantastic opportunity by the dip. Apparently, that just happened in the gold market. That never happened. Nobody buys the dip in gold. Gold has turned around and has now gone positive. Wall Street has turned around, has now gone negative. We'll bring you up to speed. Not a lot of news, all technical stuff. The charts are all saying, I've been telling you this for the last week and a half, all the charts start putting gold away. Just start adding. Big formations, long, and I'm not talking about 6 month, year. These are decade-long formations, really big indicators in the gold market. They got a great opportunity today, so be ready for that. Is the president warning us? We're going to talk about that. What is to come? I've got an update on G20 and trade today as well. The website, allamericangold.com. And Ramon just does a great job up there. Great cartoon, by the way. Great cartoon up there today. The metals plan. We have just been overwhelmed. We've had more metals plan signups this week, just this week, than we've had any week this year. So a lot of people starting to pay attention. If you want to know more details, right, we're getting ready. This is the end of the quarter, getting ready for another delivery into the metals plan. Get in there, get involved, be ready, start putting it away, and, get prepared. So allamericangold.com. You can click on the metals plan icon, read about that. But you know what? Here's what I wanted everybody to know. And now it's undeniable. The lead article today, as promised from yesterday, about that weatherman who refused to issue the code red. Refused to issue the code red for Sinclair. Listen, this is your new local news. This is local, right? I'm not talking about the world news. This is your local news stations. Just a handful of companies now control all of your local news, all of it. And they're trying to dictate to you what you hear and what you need to hear. And remember, this is why this program, this station, why it's so important that you support not only our program, but all the great advertisers on all the stations we're on, because it's dying. Right? We did an article last week about all the small town radio stations being bought up everywhere by these big companies. You know what they're doing? They're closing them down. They just want the signal, right? They want the rights to the megahertz, to the frequency, right? They want the rights to 1010 or 1360. And then they move them into to bigger areas and brainwash you there with all of the news and things. So this is why so many people tune in every day, because I'm going to give you the news. Listen, you're not going to hear this on the Idiot Box. You're not going to hear it on CNBC or Fox. You darn sure aren't going to hear it on CNN or CNBC or your local news. But I'm going to tell you what, we got a great program lined up for you today. We've got just an awesome opportunity. I was going to say buy the dip, but the dip is over. But a great opportunity in the gold markets today. So be ready for that. And we're going to talk about, is Donald Trump, is the president sending a message of what is to come? And I think that he is. Most people probably by today know he called the head of the Federal Reserve. He called Jay Powell on Friday after that horrible jobs number and said, I'm stuck with you. But you need to lower rates. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you what we're getting ready for. Remember, all the guys I already love, they've already made their bets. Right? They're out of stocks. They're into gold. They're into these bonds because they think bonds are going to zero. Right? The Fed's funds rate is going to zero. Japan is going to go to negative rates by September, right? It's all spreading again. The dollar under pressure, right? Listen to the president. He knows, because he knows. We've got to weaken the dollar. We have to weaken the dollar. He's been saying it for a long time now, and now he's starting to what? Really ramp up the pressure, because I think I know what's going on. He can't say it. Can't say it. Because if he says it the way I'm going to say it today, everyone's going to freak out. But trust me, I think he's right. I think he's right to do it. I think we have to do it. But at the end of the day, right, you need to make sure you're ready for it. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Again, 800-951-0592. That is our toll-free number. Gold's up a couple of bucks. The Dow now in negative territory. It was up 6 straight days in a row. All technical. It hit resistance. Actually did it yesterday. Kind of sold off. Did it again this morning. Now it's in negative territory. And gold is back in favor. Once again, Patriot Radio News Hour. We'll be back after the break. 800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour, the physical delivery of wealth insurance. And I've been telling you, been warning you about being your own central bank. Understand this, okay? And you need to know it. All of these countries talk to each other. China's not operating in a vacuum. Russia's not operating in a vacuum. Turkey's not operating in a vacuum. Serbia, the Philippines, Poland, Brazil, the Netherlands, right? Austria, they're not operating in vacuums. It's already been decided. Don't you get it? It's already been decided. It's already done. This is just, it's kind of like this, Game of Thrones, right? The books have already been written, right? You got to wait for the movie, the series to play. It's already over. Guess what didn't win? The dollar didn't win. It was never supposed to win. That's why they're all doing it. And I mean, come on. Poland, all of a sudden, never bought gold, ever buys it. Austria, Serbia, the Philippines, right? And again, this is not a new trend. It's already been happening for a while. Now it's happening faster because guess what? We're getting closer to the end. And when you sit there and you think about what's happening. So the Dow was up, I think, 6 straight days in a row? It up big. All on bad news, right? And the reason they say that, the Fed's going to cut. Cut. Guess what? They are. They're right. That's true. Now, let me ask you something. And again, I know everything's kind of messed up, right? It's all so manipulated. These stocks go to all-time highs when the interest rates are going down. That's never happened. Ever. It's not going to happen this time around either. And I said at the beginning, this was a technical thing, right? They go back up, hit resistance, right? All the computers take over. But when you sit there and I want you to focus on what the president's been doing. Okay? I'm not sure what the Mexico thing was all about, but I'm pretty sure. He was trying to send a message. And it wasn't to Mexico. Does he want the border stuff to stop? Yes. Of course, if he really wanted it to stop, the tariffs would be on right now. They would be. And you know what? And listen, I'm a big supporter, but let's not pull our heads out of our butt for a second. If he really wanted it to stop, the tariffs would be on. Because he's right about one thing. The migration laws of Mexico, there's no loopholes there. You're out. You come into our country illegally, out you go, brother. Immediately. That's their law. Right? And again, he's sending a message. Who is he sending it to? Again, because I don't believe it was Mexico. And maybe the bad jobs number took away, maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. But I don't think so. I really don't. He was trying to send a message to China. The G20 is coming. As of this morning, China President Xi hasn't even said that he's going. Now, I think he's gonna. I do. We're saying, oh, yeah, well, we're going to meet. China hasn't said any meeting with us. Now, will they meet? Will they see each other? Sure. I mean, they'll take a picture together. I think the big tariff is coming. That's what I think. And if I'm right, gold's going to hit new highs, in the last 3, 4, 5, 6 years, right? And going to go on its way back to all-time highs. That's just where it's going to go. China doesn't want a deal. The president knows this. They already know. Listen, we laid out all of our cards, and the China, they played the dumb Chinaman card. Right? And then, remember, what was it, 8 weeks ago? We're going to have a deal by Friday. Right? And all these idiots came out on TV. Oh, yeah, we got it done. It's all done. We're probably going to fly over there. We're going to meet in Mar-a-Lago, right? Melania's going to be there. It's going to be great. And the president and Yi, they're good friends, right? Who knows? They may even play around of golf. Of course, I was telling you, that ain't going to happen. And China responded, right? Days and days, just a handful of days before all of this was supposed to go down. And said, hey, no deal. No deal to anything you asked for. Yeah, everything, every single thing you asked for, no. How about no? And so think about Trump going after Jay Powell again. First of all, they raised rates too fast, he said. The Fed making a mistake, he said. I'm trying to win this massive trade war. And I can't win it with a strong dollar. I can't. What does he know? Does that sound like a guy who thinks China's getting ready to sign on the dotted line? No. Right? He already knows they're not going to sign it. And I think, and I already told you, the first $200 billion, that was the easy stuff. By the way, I don't know if you've seen the Chinese currency this week. Have you? Have you paid attention? It's the highest in years. Matter of fact, getting ready. What was it? I saw it this morning. It's 6.94. Remember the Chinese currency when it was over 7, everybody was flipping out about their currency manipulators. And now Goldman Sachs says, guess what? That's coming. China is going to absolutely use it. Listen, they're going to devalue. They're going to attack our tech companies. They're going to use the... Here I am on my rant. I can't even think of the minerals, right? The rare earths. They're going to use all of it. This is the long game. The president knows it. Listen, we've got to fight this fight. And I think back when I first met Eric, and Eric was talking about the free trade. The free trade had already happened. What was free trade agreement? They have to get, 94, 95? I met Eric 97, 98, something like that. And he was telling me, hey, Joe, one day we're going to want it all back. And this is the day. But remember how I started this. The book has already been written. I don't know how it's going to play out. I know what I read in the Chinese newspapers. No, I don't read Chinese. But they have an English version that is the mouthpiece for the Communist Party. I know what I read there. I don't think there's ever going to be a deal. I think there's a better chance we go to war with China before we have a trade agreement. Now, that could change. But that's just how I see it today, and I think the president sees it the way I do. Right now, he can't say that on TV, right? He can't come out on TV and say, listen, we got to drop rates to 0. We got to bring the dollar down to 90, 80, 70, right? We're in this trade war, right? He can't do that. Can you imagine if he said that on TV? The Dow would be down 2,000 points. They'd probably have to close it down. Gold would be up lock limit. But I think this is where we're headed. This is why I think you've been noticing all of it. The attacks on Jay Powell just keep coming. Right? Yesterday he attacked what was it? Not the Commerce Department, but the Chamber of Commerce. Right? Lash out. Said, I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce. And, of course, he did say some truth, too. By the way, Chamber of Commerce doesn't care about people. They care about the businesses that send them money. Lashing out at them. I think they know, too. Right? I think they get it. I think they understand. The trade war isn't getting ready to end. It's just getting started. That's what I think we're looking at. We'll see. We'll have to watch it. I think the G20 is going to be very important. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if right after the G20, right, we're talking about here comes the other 300 billion, and that's the big ones. Right? Because that's all the computer stuff. That's everything. All the things we buy. And it just feels that way. When I'm listening to the president, he's coming out on TV. He attacked Fox Business yesterday because they were talking about how, they don't like what he's doing with the trade war stuff. And he's all upset about the Mexico thing. Right? Oh, well, he just got him to agree to stuff he already agreed. And he probably did. But that wasn't his intent. I don't think that was the intent. I think the intent was he's trying to what? Trying to get China to do something. Throw me a bone here, otherwise we're going to have to go. And if we have to go, he wants all the same tools. Right? He wants to fight a level fight against the Chinese. If you're going to devalue, we're going to devalue. Jay Powell, right? Cut rates right now. Up, China's currency just went over 7. Cut rates. Get it back to 6. That's what he'd like to do. Unfortunately, I think all of us know he's not going to get the tools that he needs to fight this thing on a fair ground. And I think this is why you're seeing all the interest in gold. I think this is why, and again, this interest is the Johnny-come-lately guys. Look at what these central banks have been doing for over a decade. Why is it going faster now? The book has already been written. And all of these central banks all over the world know. Right? Fiat money does what fiat money always does. Goes to zero. When we get back, got the special of the week today. Be ready.
This is the Phyllis Schlafly Report, a daily commentary continuing the conservative pro-family legacy of Phyllis Schlafly. Now, here's the president of Phyllis Schlafly Eagles, Ed Martin.
The U.S. Congress and a few state legislatures are holding staged hearings on the failed Equal Rights Amendment, also known as the ERA. If you've never heard of it before, don't feel too bad. Like disco music, long lines at gas stations, Jimmy Carter, and leisure suits, the ERA is a relic from the 1970s, and most of us would rather forget it. Almost no one wants to return to that era or to resurrect the long-buried ERA. But a few dinosaurs never got over their defeat, and a few newbies do not understand why ERA lost. The House Judiciary Committee held a one-sided hearing to reintroduce this amendment, even though no one actually believes it has a chance of garnering the two-thirds supermajority in either House of Congress that it needs. This hearing wasn't about the votes. It was about creating a media spectacle with Hollywood stars and feminists of days long gone by. The new ERA they introduced was just the bullhorn that they used to talk about their issues. Apparently, someone noticed that the original ERA lacked the word women. This time around, the ERA begins with a specific reference to women, along with its original phrase, quote, on account of sex, end quote. Whether the word women actually appears in the text or not, it would do nothing to actually help the women of this nation. As Phyllis Schlafly pointed out, in defeating it, ERA would actually have harmed women in many, many ways, including forcing them to register for the military draft just like men. The new wording is silent about transgenders and sexual orientation, but pro-ERA witnesses at the House hearing declared the ERA's language would apply to them too. Whether LGBT is protected by ERA is one thing, but there is no reasonable doubt of one group who will not be protected by ERA. The unborn will be put in greater danger than ever before. The leading organizations supporting ERA, like the National Organization for Women and NARAL, are saying the Equal Rights Amendment will eliminate all restrictions on abortion. Let's do our part to make sure ERA goes the way of bell-bottom pants and send it back to the 1970s where it belongs.
This has been the Phyllis Schlafly Report from Phyllis Schlafly Eagles. The traditional family is the building block of our communities and country. That's why it's imperative to support strong marriages, respect fathers, and champion stay-at-home moms. At phyllisschlafly.com, we oppose the liberal attempt to redefine the family. To join us, visit phyllisschlafly.com. Thanks for listening, and join us again next time for the Phyllis Schlafly Report.
Welcome back. 800-951-0592. Gold 1327 and climbing. Got down to 1319, has come all the way back. The Dow was up over 100 points this morning, now down about 30. We had some PPI stuff out. No huge pieces of economic data out today. Just more people realizing, okay, now what? Okay, the economy, okay, let's all just agree, okay, you're right, it's slow. Still growing, but slow. The Mexico thing kind of came and went. Is anything going to happen? At least so far, not yet. I'd love it to, but not yet. G20's coming. The president ratcheting up his rhetoric against our own central bank. Because he already knows. That's just my... Now, did Trump call me last night? No. Nope. I didn't. Are we meeting in Mar-a-Lago? No. Right? Did I get a letter from Melania, right, about sending some money in and we'll tell you the information? No. But I look at him as a guy that's trying to win. That part I believe. I think a lot of you listening out here believe it. And I think he already knows what we have so far, what we've done so far, it's not enough. Right? China's not caving yet. I'm going to have to get tougher, right? It's going to have to get ratcheted up. Wilbur Ross. I haven't seen that guy in a while. He's the Commerce Secretary. You'd think he'd actively be involved in this. Actually was on TV today. You know what he said? Oh, don't worry. It'll end with talks. But then he said, even after war, it still ends with talks. Right? Even after war. In other words, Wilbur Ross letting people know, right? Letting his buddies know. Right? That little bit of double speak. It's going to get a lot tougher before it gets a lot better. And I think the guys that I follow, I think they know they've got it right. We're going to zero. And I hope it stops there. And quantitative easing, right? We're going to be in the middle of a massive, massive economical trade war, and I hope it ends at that. Here's the deal of the week. Maybe the month. Well, I'm going to say the month because the month, it's only the 11th. One of the best deals of the year. I've got $20 liberties. And I'm taking them all the way down to $1,400. Puts them at, what, $70-something over spot. I've got two packages of Saints as well. So here's what we're going to do. $20 liberties, 1 through 9 at $1,400. $20 Saints, 1 through 9 at $1,400. Here's the difference. I only have 10 Saints. And I only have 30 $20 gold pieces. This was something I got sent an email yesterday late in the day. We called them back this morning, and they honored the deal that they were trying to sell yesterday. I bought every single ounce. But it gets better. I'm not done. If you buy 10, I'm going to put a limit of 10. You can't buy more than 10. But if you buy 10, and I don't care how you do it, you can mix it, you can match it, whatever you want to do. If you buy 10 of them, $1,385. Get out. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you debate. That's how you get it done. Get yourself ready. This is not the gold market of the last 3 years, my friends. The long-term, I'm talking decades long-term bottoms are in. I think we're getting ready to fight the biggest trade war ever. 800-951-0592. So just again, the Saints that I've got left, and there's not many. And the $20 Saints, the $20 Libs, 1 through 9, 1,400. 10 or more. Listen, I can only do the 10 like 4 times. That's it. And then I'll be out. But 10 or more at $1,385. And when you think about it, right, it's $13,850 to buy 10 of them. To buy them this close to spot. To buy them after a major chart formation sets up. You don't get better than that, right? The opportunity doesn't get better. And then you think about the trade war. I'm just trying to put it together. Right? I'm listening and I'm seeing what the president is doing. I'm looking at him. I'm seeing what he's saying. He was on TV yesterday morning saying, hey, I think China's coming. I don't know. That told me all I needed to hear. When I heard that, then I knew. Right? We're getting ready to take the next step, and I think we have to. And I think the president's right. I need all the tools in the toolkit. Right? Not the central bank. I need the tools. I need to be able to weaken the dollar. I need to be able to get the interest rates down. Because we can't win any other way. By the way, if you're new, listen, I'm going to just know this. Don't worry. Just call us at 800-951-0592 and just tell Wendy you want the special. That's all you got to do. It's just that simple. Patriot Radio News Hour. Get your ducks in a row. Be your own central bank. We'll be back right after the break. 800-951-0592. Gold's up, almost $2.50, $3 now. That didn't last long. Saints are sold. I've got $20 Liberties left. The deal of the week, the month, probably the year today. $20 gold pieces, 1 through 9, at $1,400. You buy 10 or more, $1,385. Here's the problem. I only got 2 more sets of 10. That's it. 800-951-0592. If you're new, if you've never ordered from us before, maybe you've been listening for a long time. Maybe you just started listening. We aren't like everybody else. There's no free reports here. We don't make outbound phone calls. Right? I don't have the boiler room here. We don't run bait and switch. Now, you want to know how you're getting ripped off? When the company runs an ad and then tells you not to buy it, you're getting ripped off. Just call up. Here's our tough sales technique. I tell you, listen, just call Wendy. Say, I want the special. That's all you got to say. Ready for our big sales pitch? We probably need to get better at it. I don't know. How many would you like? That's it. That's the big question. You just tell her. Hey, I only can do one. Right? Maybe, hey, I want one of the 10s. I want $1,385. Right? And if you're new, we're going to take your name. Right? If we need to ship it to you, I know we're going to ask for something crazy. Ready? Your address. Right? That's it. Right? If you're going to pick up, right? We're not coin store. So we got an office in Denver. We are in Johnstown. We got an office here in Phoenix. We're not a coin store. It's not what we do here. I don't sell pennies and 3-legged buffalo nickels, right? We don't do that stuff. We're gold brokers. We do everything by an appointment. Right? We'll set you an appointment. And you come and pay your bill, pick up your coins, and go out the door. Nobody else is going to be in here while you're doing your business. It's none of their business what you're doing. And it's just that simple. Right? If we need to ship to you, you may say, hey, can you call me when you ship so I can keep an eye out? Yeah, we'll do that. Absolutely we will. Other than that, you know when the next time you're going to hear from Patriot? Wendy, when's the next time they're going to hear from them? Yeah, probably never. Unless you call us and order something else. Right? By the way, we also buy back stuff. Right? If you need to sell, you want to sell, whatever, we do it for you. Right? Call us. You got a portfolio, you want it to be evaluated, we do that for you. We're a full-service brokerage here. But again, we're not like everybody else. Right? There's no phone calls and emails and any of that stuff. We don't sell our list. Right? Exactly. Wendy. They can't hear you. It's right. Wendy's like, what list? I don't have no list. We don't do it. Your privacy is our business. Really. At the end of the day, that's just as important as anything else. So U.S. $20 gold, 1 through 9 at 1,400. The two remaining sets of 10, and there's only two now, at 1,385. 800-951-0592. And again, putting this all together, it looks like the trade war is getting ready for the next step. According to the president, he calls Jay Powell on Friday, right after, we had a string of bad data last week, right? And it ended in that jobs report. And, of course, I told you, listen, don't freak out about the jobs, because it ain't the jobs that you think. And I'll get to that here in the next segment. It's not the jobs you think. There's plenty of part-time work out there. Plenty. That wasn't what the phone call was about. Now, I know that they want you to think that, right? Because he can't call it up and come out and tell everyone, listen, I called Jay Powell, and we're getting ready to enter this huge trade war with China, and he needs to listen to me. If China devalues, we devalue. Is that right? That's what he wants to do. China cuts, we cut. China's renminbi goes over 7, we cut 50 basis points. We get the dollar down to 90. They go lower, we go lower. I mean, this is what it is. And I've been telling you now since this whole trade thing first started, what did I say to you? China was not going to play ball. And it's different. They're different than everybody else. We made a mistake. And you know what? The president didn't. He brought up a great point. Who the heck negotiated these deals to begin with? And you know what the sad answer is? And we can blame Bush and we can blame Clinton. That wasn't them. It's the same businesses that are crying today about what China's doing. It was them that did it. Because we all know Congress doesn't write any laws, right? They farm it out. They let all these companies write it. And you know what? We're all going to end up paying the price for it. And I think this is how. I hope that's all it is, right? I hope it's just a trade war. I don't want to have the other war. I know that. Final segment coming up. Two lines open at 800-951-0592. Whatever remains on those 20s, 1 through 9, 1,400, 10 or more, 1,385. I know you want to listen to the rest of the show. Don't wait. 951-0592. The Dow's down 50. Gold's up 13. We'll round up 13.28. By the way, silver, good day for silver. Silver's up 15 cents, 14.80. Remember about the jobs. I'm going to give it to you. This is, I know, this horrible magazine. It's called Fortune. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Nearly half of employed Americans. By the way, the title, Everybody's Hustling. Everybody's hustling. Nearly half of all employed Americans are now working a side job, according to Forbes. Wow. I knew it was bad. In addition to their regular full-time or part-time position, on average, 43% of full-time employed people said they worked on the side. Are you kidding me? And now you can't even get it done with a job? No, now you need two jobs. An amazing almost 30% of people surveyed said that at least half of their total monthly income came from their side jobs. Even though they said wages have been growing, 31% of people needed extra work just to make basic ends meet. They're not working a side hustle. Oh, I'm bored. Or, hey, I want a side hustle because I want to save even more money for retirement. Yeah, no, that's not what they're doing. Hey, I want to eat today. Wow. The younger you are, the more likely to have a side hustle. Adults 18 to 35. Half. Wow. The millennials. Half of, if you think about this, every millennial you know, and actually 18, that's got my oldest, he's not a millennial, right? It's getting ready, Gen Z, right? You're in here now, you're next. Every other kid, unless I say kid, 35 years old, you ain't no kid. Every other one of them has at least one side hustle. Gen Xers like me, 40%. Even the baby boomers now, 25% of boomers need a side hustle to make these ends meet. This isn't your daddy's jobs numbers. This is something far, far different. And I'm almost certain of it. Trump is getting us ready. The trade war is going to take another big step. And he wants the tools to fight it, which is going to be driving the gold price. 800-951-0592. $20 gold pieces until they're gone. 1 through 9, $1,400. If there's any of the 10-piece packages, $1,385 if they're left. Take care. I got one more show before I head out of town this week.